From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley with today's Cash Close. You know what we're going to call this video? We're going to call this video, How High is High in the S&P? You know what, I personally think that this week there's going to be, the S&P is going to top out and we're going to see some type of pullback, but I really don't know if that means 1940, 1950. It's kind of like what I said last week. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 1923.80 late in the day. The low came in at 1913.5 early in the day, and last we're 1923 even. We're up 1.5 handles. Total volume, we just turned 990,000 with 4,500 big S&Ps traded in the pit. Now I want to remind everybody, 4,500 big S&Ps didn't trade in the pit, although there was a couple of big stops. So I don't know, but that's a big number. MOC, we had 350 million to buy. The cash close, the cash fix came in at 1922.70. Tomorrow we have the motor vehicle sales number, we have the Gallup US ECI number, we have the factory orders number, and we have ESTER George from the Fed speaking. Now look, Turnaround Tuesday is a big day, but then we've got Wednesday, which is the ADP number. It's kind of like the jobs week. And then Thursday, we have the Challenger Jobs Cut Report. And then Friday, we have the jobs number. So this is a big deal. Additionally, I believe that the last jobs number, the S&P leaped up early in the day and then sold off. So I think, and I got to look at this, but I believe that Fridays, after a big gap up in an employment number, have not been very kind to the S&P. And then one last thing. I know it's summer. I know a lot of people are not going to want to be around for a webinar on Saturday, 11 o'clock, Central Time. But that said, it's going to be with Chicago stock, Stuart from Chicago stock. Now, Stuart and I have gone, we started way back when we first started Mr. Top Step at Option Monster. And I'll tell you what, Mark Fisher may have come up with these calculations for the vol windows and pivots, but I'll tell you what, Stuart has redefined them. And I'll tell you what, out of all these guys that do this stuff out there, and I don't want to take a swipe at Pivot Boss. I'm not going to do that. He's great at what he does. But these are kind of two different animals. And what Stuart does is really, really great. Now, if you like taking trades and you don't want to be kind of doing that short-term stuff during the day where you're taking a couple handles, buying and selling like that, Stuart's approach is a much longer-term approach. And I'll tell you what, he makes money. He's a great trader and a great guy. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to be talking to you guys about this webinar all week, and I'll see you first thing on The View.